It's the only hope. Another great spiritual awakening. America needs a heart change. America needs to come back to God.
In 1979, Rodney Howard-Browne was touched by the fire of God. In December of 1987, Rodney, along with his wife Adonica and their 3 children, Kirsten, Kelly, and Kenneth, moved from their native land, South Africa, to the United States with only $300, called by God as missionaries from Africa to America. The Lord had spoken through Dr. Rodney in a word of prophecy and declared, "As America has sown missionaries over the last 200 years, I am going to raise up people from other nations to come to the United States of America. I am sending a mighty revival to America." In April of 1989, the Lord sent a revival of signs, wonders, and miracles that began in a church in Clifton Park, New York, that has continued until today, resulting in thousands of people being touched and changed as they encounter the presence of the living God.
It is a joy unspeakable and full of glory, and the heart has never yet been told.
At the close of 1996, the Lord planted within Pastors Rodney and Adonica's heart to begin a church in Tampa, Florida, with a heart for the lost and those touched by revival. They implemented that vision and began the River at Tampa Bay Church. With the theme, Church with a Difference, 575 people joined them for the first Sunday morning service on December 1st, 1996. Soon after the River Church was planted, the River Bible Institute was launched in 1997 with the theme, Training Up Revivalists for the 21st Century. Because of the dream that the Lord gave him, Dr. Rodney rented Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena, in 1999 for 6 weeks in New York City, with soul winning on the streets daily, where the tool, the gospel soul winning script, came about.
I said this earlier, nations that are even plotting America's downfall as we speak. What would happen if a missile landed in the middle of New York City?
In 2000, Doctors Rodney and Adonica went to Shreveport, Louisiana, and conducted a 6-week soul-winning campaign. Again, with daily soul winning on the streets and nightly meetings at the venue, 59,247 individuals committed their lives to Jesus Christ. In the summer of 2001, the new property for RMI's world headquarters, the River at Tampa Bay Church, and the River Bible Institute was acquired. 83 acres with 1,300 floodlit parking bays. Early on Christmas morning 2002, Doctors Rodney and Adonica's second daughter, Kelly, at the early age of 18, ran out of lung capacity and breathed her last breath. She had fought a battle with an incurable lung disease called cystic fibrosis. They placed her into the arms of the Lord and Savior, and then vowed a vow. First, they vowed that the devil would pay for what he had done to their family. Secondly, they vowed to do everything in their power with the help of the Lord, to win 100 million souls to Jesus and to put $1 billion into world missions and the harvest of souls. South Africa was the next focus, with 4 massive soul-winning campaigns. Good News Soweto in 2004. In 2005, Good News Umlazi, Good News Mamelodi, and Good News Mdantsane, reaching a total of over 700,000 decisions for Christ. With many more revivals, from India to other nationwide crusades in the USA, plus London, Australia, Singapore, Jerusalem, Budapest, and more, the hearts of many came to Christ, and believers of Jesus Christ were revived. In 2007, the Great Awakening Tours in America were launched, where 56 Great Awakening Tours were conducted with thousands of believers mobilized to win the lost at any cost. 1.1 million decisions for Jesus Christ through marketplace evangelism, one-on-one, reaching the schools, college campuses, retirement homes, and more. In 2009, 50 Days of Glory in East London, South Africa was launched on television throughout South Africa. 219 cities touched by the power of God, resulting in over 154,000 decisions for Christ. In January of 2011, Bob and Jane DeAndrea of Christian Television Network, CTN, also having a heart for souls and for America, partnered with RMI and launched the Great Awakening broadcast. Since January 2011, 103 countries and 3,963 cities have been touched by this ministry, reporting 6,212,970 decisions for Jesus Christ. Knowing that the only hope for America is another great spiritual awakening, in 2014, Drs. Rodney and Adonica went to Washington, D.C., where they rented the Daughters of the American Revolution Constitution Hall, just 500 yards from the White House. Daily, soul winners were trained, mobilized, and then preached the gospel on the streets, in the congressional offices, in the nursing homes, and in the marketplace, compelling America to put God in first place. The altars were filled with precious people responding and surrendering their all to Jesus Christ. This was the monumental feat. As a result, 31,076 individuals made decisions for Jesus Christ. We celebrate and acknowledge what the Lord has done throughout the past 35 years. The lives touched, the many nations reached, and over 11,208,000 decisions for Jesus Christ. Thank you, Dr. Rodney Howard-Browne, for answering the call of God.